Hello everyone, welcome back. Today is Tuesday and tomorrow we're gonna get the PPI. Well, just on Friday we had the NFP showing very good numbers, as Trump was saying, that the economy is booming and the economy is on all-time highs. So expectations were 78,000, it came up to be 22,000. It is a bit of a decline in a sense, Now, tomorrow we're going to have the PPI and the core PPI. That's the most, I would say, awaited release for the Fed to see what they're going to do with the interest rates. A few things that are going in line now with the with Trump. I just want to mention something before. Now the Fed will start to do cuts like 25 this month, 25 October and 25 in December. That's what that is predicted so far. Then that being said, most likely Donald Trump will be like, I told everyone that once we had the rates low, we would have a good economy. That's exactly what I think it's going to be happening. Okay, so just pay attention on that, because it's going to be quite funny in a sense in my view. That's exactly what I think it's going to happen right now. Okay. So before we go any further, don't forget today is Tuesday, so we do have the webinar from 4 to 5 p.m. Sydney time, and I send the Zoom link into the Telegram chat. So if you're not into the Telegram group, go into the description of this video and click into join the Telegram group, and then you're going to be redirected to Telegram and you accept the invite and you're automatically going to be inside the Telegram group. And then once it hits 4 p.m. Sydney time, I'm going to send you the link for the webinar. Also, don't forget to subscribe and give us a thumbs up into subscribe to the channel and give us a thumbs up into this video. Now let's get to the point. So the PPI and the core PPI month over month for the month of August. Both of them have the exactly same consensus of 0.3%, but both of them as well have the same previous, that is 0.9%. So either way, the core PPI or the PPI, both of them are expected to be the same. It still shows to us that the core PPI still have very stickiness inflation into the producer price. For those who don't know, the CPI is for the consumer inflation, so us basically, and the PPI is for the producer price index. That's basically the CPI, but the first letter is a P, so it's a producer price index instead of consumer price index. Okay, it's exactly the same thing. It's a basket of goods, but redirected towards a producer manufacturing sort of way. Okay. Cool. Now, what are my expectations? Well, looking at the market and looking at where we coming from, I do believe that we do still have some stickiness into the inflation, but that won't change much for the PPI. I do believe we may continue to have a stickiness inflation into the PPI. That is the first part of the whole inflationary transaction that goes and falls into the CPI. So my expectations are maybe 0.3% in line with expectations. It's still below the previous, so that's good. Previously it was quite high, 0.9%, nearly 1%. Now decreasing 0.7, pretty much 0.6. So I do expect that comes into around 0.3% to 0.2%. Okay, I don't see much higher influence into it, because in the last two payrolls we had really bad numbers. So most likely there is no people getting money. So most likely there's no people spending money. Now, another point is that with this, most likely we will continue to see the US dollar index continue to fall. Okay, now we have the euro dollar trading at 1.1770, and we have the DXY trading at 97,360. My main target for the DXY, the US dollar index, was at 97, and I've mentioned a lot of times. Euro dollar to 120 by end of this year, and DXY at 97. I continue to firmly believe that we will see euro dollar at 120 by end of the year. We've hit the first target that was 1.74500, and now we go into the second target that is 1.18700. Okay, so it's a very interesting phase of the market right now. Hopefully you guys are following us, because I'm giving really top content right now. Okay. Cool. That being said, I think we just have to pay attention now into shorting the US dollar and maybe longing euros, longing yens as well, longing pound, Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. I do believe we may get some luck into that kind of aspect on the market, okay? But now if you know more, if you want to have more in-depth analysis, then come along tonight, this afternoon from 4 to 5 p.m. Sydney time, and I will be, open up and showing everything else, what I'm looking at the market for the rest of the week. Again, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, enjoy the Telegram link, and I see you tonight on the webinar, or I see you tomorrow in the next video. Bye-bye.